Hey, welcome back. So I think we had just reached the uh, Scarlet Chorus Camp. Scarlet Chorus Camp. All right. Okay. So let's look at a journal so that I can refresh myself on what happened last time. Earthshaker reinforcements. Radix, leader of the Earthshakers, has been summoned from the Stone Sea to reinforce the Earthshakers already in the valley. However, there has been no sign of them since the valley was sealed. We agreed to investigate the last known location of these reinforcements and learn their fate. Travel to the northern clearing. Okay. These are primary objectives. And I guess these are the secondary objectives. So Earthshakers is considered under primary objectives. Okay. What about Forgebound Iron? Yeah, Echo Call Crossing. That was the name of the crossing. I kept forgetting it last time. Fall into the enemy hands. Isotonis has reason to believe that the settlement near Echo Call Crossing would be a good place to start looking for the missing iron. Battle of Echo Call Crossing. Echo Call Crossing must be taken before Kairos' forces can press their attack on Vendrianswell Citadel. Help the Disfavored subdue the rebels and take control of the crossing. Okay. Speak with Iron Marshal Erinios. Speak with Iron Marshal at the Disfavored Camp to discuss how you should approach the battle for Echo Call. What? Wait, didn't I do that already? Oh god, I guess I should have talked to this guy before leaving that camp, I think. Do we have a quick save which is... Hopefully they have a couple of quick saves. Does it say if it's a quick save or not? It doesn't say what type of save this is. 654, 704. So this is 10 minutes difference. I don't know if he went around and did something after this save. But it looks like... Because we are losing 1.5 hours with travel back and forth. That'll be like 3-4.5 hours. So we should probably load that save and yeah, we'll find that marshal first, and then come to the Scarlet Chorus camp. So this is where the Archon resides. The marshal was beside him earlier. Did he leave? Okay, can we talk to him? Important matters that require my attention. Speak with the Iron Marshal of the training fields. See, I had to go to the training fields. That's so stupid. I went right to the Scarlet Chorus camp, which is right there. She is. Okay. Iron Marshal Erinaeus. These people are not here earlier. Crescent Runner. Oh, she's walking away now. Okay, we can speak with this Crescent Runner. I'm itching to get back on the battlefield. Don't just call the impact. Push back with your shield. Take the momentum. Iron Marshal I'm gonna keep pronouncing this name wrong forever. Iron Marshal Ernios, field commander of the Disfavored, pounds the fist in the air as she calls out to the warriors on the training field. I set eyes on your opponent's waistline. You spend more than a glance checking his footwork. You have lost. So we should not be looking at their feet. The Disfavored officer turns to you, adjusting her pale golden surcoat. Judging from her uniform, this is Iron Marshal Ernios, first among equals in the Iron Guard, Graven Ash's inner circle of trusted followers. Charged with being the duties of leadership, logistics, and training. There is rarely a quiet day for the second in command of the Disfavored Legion. Okay. It was mentioned you are short on warriors and need help. What's the situation? How are warriors reacting to the edict? Kairos' ultimatum has camp on edge, some with dread, but most are rife with anticipation. She points to the men sparring in the field. We have a lot of brothers and sisters to avenge, and warriors are eager to take out some aggression. I, for one, choose to see the edict as a blessing, for it forces the generals to act, and we are long overdue. It was mentioned you are short on warriors and need help. What's the situation? I have brigades amassing along Placid, Echo Hall, and Little Tooth crossings. The Vendrian Guard may be able to hold one bridge, but they cannot hold against a concerted three-prong attack. I have no right to give you orders, but her words falter, a short cough breaking a flow. But we'll all die to Kairos' edict should we fail. So I am not about to let my pride blind me to the value of good help. Okay. This is the second major attack on the river, correct? What happened last time? Defeat in detail. We carved a bloody path up to the river, but at that point, everyone who charged ahead was lost. We had no chorus backup. It was just a few disfavored squads. I can't tell you exactly how they were defeated, but we lost the whole assault team. She shakes her head, letting out a long pain sigh. We found bodies washing up in the river for days. It's not often that TS men put up such a good fight. It certainly made us reevaluate the number we'll need to take this valley. Really? Are you sure the scouts didn't give you all sorts of details about the enemy and you just chose to disregard our warning? Is that a genuine question or is she trying to pick a fight? I'm sure the Disfavored would have heeded any such advice. We can pass out the blame after the war. Only the Oathbreakers matter now. It sounds like your lack of caution is to blame, not the Scarlet Chorus. Yeah, let's stick with the neutral ground for now. Quite right. Getting your emotions into the mix won't hasten this campaign. What's the value of taking the crossing? We can't just march from here to the citadel with the Vendrian Guard manning the river banks. Fording troops and supplies through even the narrowest points of the river makes us vulnerable to attack, especially since our armor wasn't built for swimming. She points north towards a mountain spire looming on the horizon. If we can take the river, we can clear a march. We have a clear march to the citadel, and Ascension Hall will be ours in no time. I will assist. Then our plan might just work. The Iron Marshal lifts her gauntlet close to her face, shifting her eyes from you to the metal articulations. We are loath to work with those who do not share our training and our values, but we know that Tunon the Adjudicator selects only the most capable minds for his court, and I trust you will honor us all on the field. Angia will be leading the charge at Echo Crossing. Assisting you will be Bark of the Stone Shields. She points to a heavily armored soldier standing sentry at the edge of the training field. This guy. Before you ask, no, the Forgeborn weren't sloshed on the dapple seed when they fitted his armor. He survived the full force of the Edict of Storms, and his armor doesn't exactly come off. Oh god. He survives full force of the Edict of Storms, and his armor doesn't exactly come off. Tactically, it's quite brilliant, but otherwise, it's something of a curse. Tapping her helmet twice, Erno signals to the hulking presence. Varric, come meet the Fatebinder. The soldier that steps up to you better resembles an amalgamation of rusted blades and mismatched pieces of armor, fused into a vaguely human shape. He reeks of sweat, feces, and whatever oil treatment keeps him flexible. Wow, this is like a Game of Thrones character. Everything reeks of shit, and it's all patched up. I guess during the storm, there'll be like pieces of metal and swords flying around, and all of that embedded into his armor. He's still not dead, but he's kind of stuck inside in this horrific state.
Fatebinder, the Iron Marshal has tasked me with keeping you alive, and I have no intention of disappointing her. That should be enough assurance for anyone.
Is he gonna join our party? We have one Scarlet Chorus member, so it's appropriate we have another Disfavored member.
Likewise, good Binder.
The soldier heaves a heavy iron arm into a salute, his whole body clanging as he wraps his gauntlet against twisted sheets of metal that form his breastplate. Yeah, the portrait changes. They had to create a bunch of different portraits.
Varric, is that you under there? I had no idea you were in Vendrian's well. Fatebinder, do you know this walking anchor?
Just a minute, did you know each other?
No. Oh, that is to say, yes. I'm already as familiar with this ironclad halfwit as I care to be.
Okay.
We don't have time to trade jabs today, Verse. After the siege, you can throw as many tantrums as you please. I suggest that we remain focused on the mission.
No offense to the mission, but seeing you looking like a garbage heap and reeking of a mass grave is more amusing by far. Did you forget how to don your armor, or did Grave and Ash leave you out in the rain?
Barracks eyes, a frustrated growl, shaking his iron enclosure of a suit. Okay. He's covering his face right now. I don't believe we've been acquainted.
It's challenging enough to experience battle from a courtroom, much less remember the faces of your cohorts. I wouldn't expect you to know me under these accursed blades of rust.
You know, there was sound effect when he banged on his chest. That's cool. He bangs on his malformed chest hammer for emphasis. The Fate Band will be joining us for the push across the river. I figured an extra hand might help, and more importantly, if my worries come true and the chorus tries to impede the mission, we'll have an observer from the court on our side.
Better to work with the Honorable Binder than some chorus children.
He nods to you, his armor creaking as he bends his neck. I asked that Barrick accompany you there to arbitrate a cooperation between his company and the Scarlet Chorus. Echo Call Crossing is now unlocked on the world map. Oh, this is how Echo Call Crossing is unlocked. Okay. Barrick, you've been without a cohort since the last Battle of Stalwart. It's time we gave you a task more worthy than hauling wagons and leading training drills. She plants her hand on her hips and speaks in clipped official terms. Asher has assigned you to the Fatebinder service. You have to assume his task is ongoing until we find a more permanent spot for you, which could very well mean the swiftly approaching end of this war, or when the Fatebinder dismisses you. Is that understood? Barrick regards the Iron Marshal in oppressive silence. That's an order, Barrick. She shakes her head and sighs, returning her focus to you. He can be as stubborn as pulling his spire out of the earth, but he's a good soldier. I hope you don't mind the company. I'm honored. I don't mind, but I'll allow it anyway, if only so I can put a large object between myself and the enemy. Okay. Can we decline this request or decline him from joining? I don't know if that's a real option, but let's use the first one. You gain favor with Disfavored, gain loyalty with Barrick. Excellent. I look forward to your success in the field. Okay. Quest updated. Iron Marshal Illinois. Meet with and you at the Echo Call Crossing. Okay, that's another sub-objective. We have him. He has Striking Iron. Cooldown 20. User 200% damage if engaged by target enemy. Strike a single enemy dealing significantly increased damage if the target is engaging Barrick. Let's go to character. Oh, we can level him up. One-handed. Two-handed. One-handed and two-handed is high. Athletics is good. Parry is good. Dodge is really good. Endurance, defense, deflection, armor. How is our dodge calculated? Shield modifier. So he has a shield, I guess. He has a shield. Wow, we can look at his character model more closely. It's made of swords, bend. Wow. Lock. We can't change any of his armor, of course. That's canon. We can give him some accessories if you want. We are sold of everything. Plus 9% attack. Might and vitality is high. Resolve is also high. Edict of Execution. Plus 1 resolve. I don't know what that means. Punisher and Sentinel. I'll look at these later, off screen or offline. There was a second objective here that disappeared now.
I'll do it for the North.
F5 was everyone, right? Yeah. You can talk to her again. The edict draws near. Preparations are almost complete, but we aren't moving fast enough. Hey, she looks past you, yelling at a soldier far afield. I said round up those javelins, not a suggestion. She folds folds her arm, looking at you expectantly. What's your role in the Disfavored? I am commander of the Iron Guard. Iron Guard. Iron Guard is a Disfavored High Command, an inner circle of commanders handpicked by Graven Ash for lifelong service. For lifelong service, tactical brilliance, or true dedication to the craft of personal combat. The Iron Guard acts as Graven Ash's chief advisors when Archon is present. And when he's absent. And when he's absent, they speak with his direct authority. Even the youngest Iron Guard has years of training and finest iron the forge-bound mage smiths can create, making these elite commanders nearly unrivaled on their field of battle. These senior leaders are expected to lead from the front of the phalanx. It is said that the Iron Guard fear only one thing: dying in their beds instead of in battle. Command of the Iron Guard. Does that make you second in command? Where have you seen battle? Okay. Where have you seen battle? Let's see. Gates of Judgment, Bastard City. Quick John through parts of Haven, then on to Stalwart. She looks up at you with a shrug, and finally here, Vendrian's Well. Quite a tour it's been. Doesn't that make you second in command? That I am. She folds her arms, but I view it a very, very distant second, and I have no plans to outlive the immortal Graven Ash. So while by tradition I am executor, or I suppose executrix of the Legion, I hope never to act on that sacred duty. Make no mistake, Graven Ash is the mind of the Disfavored. I am but his right hand, a student who is military genius. What can you tell me about Ascension Hall? Kairos' edict is directing us to take Ascension Hall. That's what the locals call the inner sanctum of the citadel, built at the base of the mountain spire. She points east towards a narrow, vertical line of stone that rises above all other points in the horizon. It's also the base of the camp for the Vendrian Guard. So taking Ascension Hall has always been one of our objectives in putting down this insurrection. But now, we have a life. We have a life for that reason to make that citadel our one and only focus. Who's the strongest warrior in your cohort? Modesty demands I omit myself, but if I had to form the Legion into one great phalanx, I would have CVS Younger and Barrick take the corners. CVS has been at this since before I was born, and Barrick, well, she hesitates. Well, what? I'm neither deaf nor fragile. Say what you're going to say. I was going to say that you're perhaps one of the best warriors in the outfit, but good luck getting you to wear that regulation uniform. You're a good soldier, Barrick, but you know you're a pain in my ass. So you're sticking me with the problem child, or we can say we are honored. Okay, let's say we are honored. Loyalty and favor. Okay, the honor is mine. When this campaign is over, I hope you'll accompany me in hanging more Vendrian savages along the road. Think of the stories we'll have to trade. Okay, right. So I think last we heard Master Addy say, I think I forgot to talk to this guy. Let's shake her. I could lend a hand. Why was it delayed? Yeah, we did this last episode. I think we skipped yeah, we hadn't gone back to talk to him after we loaded the save. Oh, failing to conceal a smile, worse chuckles to herself. Oh god, okay. Of course, that was not the answer we should have given. That's fine. I think we can finally go to Scarlet Chorus Camp. We have one more companion. Look at the symbols beside us. Edict of Execution. All Lord has decreed that all in the Valley of Kairos' day of execution. Okay, +1 to soul. +1 to soul. Stand. Seeking Sheath. 10. Okay. So everyone has a bit more resolve.
I can't.
Once the edict has been proclaimed, everyone is a bit more diligent now. Okay, Echo Hall crossing is here. Northern clearing. We have to capture these two crossings, and is there one more? Supposedly 3 crossings, right? This and maybe something else. Scarlet Chorus Camp. 1.5 hours. Your path is blocked by a small group of Vendrian Guard. You can go no further until you deal with them. This is new. Last time it didn't happen. If it happened last time, I would have assumed that this is scripted, but it looks like this is a random encounter. Different enemies are susceptible to different types of. Battle start.
That's far enough, Fatebinder.
Okay, this might also have triggered because we have Barrick with us. That could be one main reason. That's far enough, Fatebinder. A woman's voice booms from atop a nearby outcropping. Flashes of aquamarine body paint. The blue body pigment, bladed staff, and complex braided attire are traditional trappings of the School of the Tides. School of Tides. According to Fatebinder Rogelas, the majority of the school fled before the coming of Kairos. The remainder were last seen during the first campaign in Vendian's Well. The School of Tides traditionally studies the magic of water and grave light, the art of directing the moon's arcane light into baleful searing energy. Schools of Tide. Okay. Is that their symbol? Ebb. Loyalty, fear, okay. Peek out from under a loose fitting traveler's garb. And the outfit is festooned in braids and knots of sailor's line. Flanked on either side by various dressed in Vendian guard regalia, the woman leans on an elaborate bladed staff, pulsing with arcane energy. A swath of blue fabric rests draped over her arm. Blue flag is a symbol of diplomacy and truce, recognized across most of the known world, and it's a custom of the Tearsmen hold here. To harm another person under the auspices of a blue flag is a grave offense in both the Tears and in Kairos Empire. The customary punishment is why would Kairos still retain these old laws? I don't think he would. I don't know. Maybe he's not a person who usually negotiates, right? So I don't know why he would be willing to make an exception here. Blue flag, diplomacy. Swath of blue fabric. It's just a fabric color is blue, but this description is about a blue flag. She doesn't have a blue flag here.
In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I offer and request a delay of blade. There are matters we must discuss without fear of reprisal.
The woman bows deeply, lowering her head in a practiced display of etiquette. The warriors by her remain in ready stance, their nerves clearly on edge. In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I abide by this truce. You have met me at a disadvantage because she has high ground. Is that why? Glare silently. You detain a Fatebinder of Archon of Justice? Unwise. Draw your weapon, run while you can. She wants to discuss something. It didn't say. Well, these are Vendrian's card, but she's from School of Tide, which is. Yeah, the remainder were last seen during the first campaign in Vendrian's Well. Okay. They were gone before Kairos came to this land.
As is our custom, we are ready to kill to defend our lands, but we kill only in fair battle. We don't slay our prisoners. We know this isn't Kairos' way, but we must have hope.
So is she asking us to not kill the prisoners? Take them alive?
A few of my kin have gone missing, and though they may have perished, I have to inquire on the off chance they still live. If Captain Tarkus Deimos still lives, we would negotiate for his release.
Okay, we have a bunch of different options. Lie, Tarkus Deimos is dead. Tarkus Deimos is with Chorus now. Was found at the Edgering ruin. We let him go. Sorry, that name means nothing to me. Assuming he's a prisoner, what would you offer in exchange? I will not negotiate with Oathbreakers. Okay. Yeah, we've chosen to let him leave last time, right? With Chorus. I don't know if he could have executed him if he sided with the Disfavored. Assuming he's our prisoner, what do you offer in exchange?
We would offer you 5 choirmen that got lost on patrol. They're healthy, got other limbs too.
What's this choirman? Why is there no highlighting here? I would have liked to know what choirmen are.
I would not have us barter with oathbreakers. Certainly not for anything less than disfavored lives.
Okay, that's kind of biased. Maybe choirmen are from Scarlet Chorus. Yeah, it's Scarlet Chorus. So chorus, you know. I think words will chip in right now.
You say there's something worth less than a disfavored life. Call me intrigued.
Okay. The voice acting is good, but it's kind of in odds. The voice itself is kind of in odds with what I see as a yeah, that's kind of they look different than how they sound, I would say. At least that's how I feel. Darkest Demos is with the chorus now.
Then if we see him again, it will have to be as enemies.
She looks to the warriors on either side of her, shaking her head.
If I may make one more inquiry, what of Palox Tyrell? Did he survive?
Oh, wait, like, so we couldn't negotiate a trade. It's maybe Scarlet Chorus took him prisoner, so like they effectively conscripted him, so there's no way to release him because he's not a prisoner anymore. He's one of the soldiers. If I may make one more inquiry, what of Pelox Tyrell? Though you rarely have the luxury of matching names to the countless tiersmen you have encountered, you are reasonably certain she is talking about the Vendian Guard warrior that took Drastus hostage at the Edgering ruins. He did not survive the encounter. Yeah. We can lie about this. I don't know what the point of this is. I know not of this person. Maybe maybe this will not be green at some point, and this will be a genuine response. Pelox Tyrell is dead. She nods slowly, saying nothing for a long moment.
My apologies, Fatebinder. I had a terrible feeling this errand was in vain from the start. I had no expectations that our friends could be saved, as I'm sure the time for swapping prisoners is long gone. But at least I know of what became of them. That'll have to be enough.
I have some questions for you. I am not sure if we bore deeply and stuff, I think they'll be willing to negotiate with us. Or like we'll gain favor with them or something. I don't know. This feels like we are sucking up to them. Let's do second one.
We shouldn't be socializing with oathbreakers.
Oh my god. Imagine if we bored deeply. He would have like ran off or
I'll
something.
entertain them as best I can. After all, understanding is the only hope we have. What is it you wish to know?
Why did you resist Kairos? What are you trying to save? How did you and your friends overthrow the garrison? Who's in charge of this insurrection? Were there prisoner swaps in the past?
That is our way, Binder. Here in the south, only thugs and bandits kill prisoners. The younger realms may be guilty of constant fighting, but we never slay each other when the battle's long over. We're not about to change that now.
Okay.
As a rule, Kairos' forces haven't been keen on swapping prisoners. But I know our disfavored prisoners aren't prisoners anymore. I just assumed they were swapped for some of our own.
As a rule, Kairos' forces haven't been keen on swapping prisoners, but I know our disfavored prisoners aren't prisoners anymore. I just assumed they were swapped for some of our own. What? I don't quite get what that sentence could mean. Why did you resist Kairos? What are you trying to save?
I grew up without my knee bent to Kairos, and if I'm going to bow to someone, let it be another Tearsman. We've ruled ourselves just fine for centuries, so we'll give our lives so that our sons and daughters might rule themselves.
Okay. Is it worth all the death and damage that's happened to you and your people? Only your daughters are really free in the tears. Why fight against Kairos' equality? The younger realms were beset with constant battle. You'd prefer that to Kairos' order? What makes you think you have a chance? But a mage like you would not be subject of such superstition and fear under Kairos' reign. Hmm. Yeah, let's ask this.
You make conflict sound like a bad thing. Yes, the younger realms saw frequent battles, but it was never this wholesale slaughter like we've seen of late. No tearsman ever cast an edict on the soil, or forced prisoners to kill each other, or butchered beastmen tribes.
Okay. Yeah, what really makes you think you have a chance? That's an interesting question. He can cast an. You're trapped in Vendrian's well. He could easily cast an edict here. So why fight? What is your long term? What's a broader picture here?
Oh, we don't. Those who believed Kairos could be stopped all died years ago, in the first wave of fighting. It's not about the hope of victory. It's about the hope of inspiring others. It is very likely we will fall here in Vendrian's Well. But perhaps others will arise elsewhere.
Is it that simple, really? She will be appalled by the suggestion.
I doubt life is any better sworn to some mad archon. I'd rather stand with my fellow tearsmen. Or, I suppose, stand immediately behind them in the event of an attack.
At that remark, the soldier flying her exchange shocked looks. Eb turns her focus to her compatriots.
Yeah, you heard me. Way things were years back, you'd all be calling me a water witch and conspiring to sell me out to the nearest sage. Just because I'm helping you stop Kairos doesn't mean I've forgotten the hospitality of ages past.
Okay. They have a complex relationship. It's not as straightforward as she's the leader and they're following along.
And people wonder why the Tearsmen could never unite in time to fight back. It's refreshing to see that some things never change.
Hey, Scarlet Chorus is kind of like that. You want to talk? How'd you and your friends overthrow the garrison? I'm not sure if she's been very honest with her answer so far. I wonder how she's going to answer these questions. Maybe there is no mystery. Maybe it's straightforward. Maybe it's just the complex nature of the conflict that's the focus of the game, and not some real mystery or like a detailed some detailed event behind these circumstances. Maybe it's just the circumstances itself that's the focus of our campaign. How'd you and your friends overthrow the garrison?
I would joke that the voices of Narat left the gate unlatched, but dozens of warriors lost their lives taking the citadel. There was no secret to it. We simply attacked with speed and certainty at a time when the Archons were elsewhere in the tiers. The Scarlet Chorus had a rout, and what few disfavored soldiers were present made an impressive showing. But they were surrounded and overwhelmed once the chorus fled.
I don't know what had or out means, so I had to look it up. Give me a second. Maybe it means they were either defeated overwhelmingly or that they ran away. That's what it says in the dictionary. Yeah, and the Disfavored were overwhelmed once the chorus fled. Okay, alright. And now the final question. Who's in charge of this insurrection?
Listen to you, thinking just like the Overlord wants you to think. There always has to be a person in charge or things don't make sense. Well, we don't answer to anyone. We are each of us sons and daughters of the Tiers, and take this task upon ourselves freely. But Captain Tarkus Ari, former Falksman of Queen Vendrian Alanta, is the voice we trust when we seek unanimity.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. You didn't have to preach me on that first idea. Assume Tarkus Ari and Tarkus Demos are relations. Oh wow, interesting.
Yes, Deimos was Ari's brother. We were certain he was dead, but the captain takes family seriously, so I volunteered to find some answers. And now here we are.
Okay. I'll have to check my previous episode to really figure out who Tarkus Demos was. He was, yeah, those two, one Scarlet Chorus member and one Disfavored member was arguing about him, but I forgot where we first met him. It was during one of the engagements, I think. Or did he just show up there? I don't know. That's all.
Fair enough. But now a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
The edict. I can feel its magic coursing through the air. Everyone can. But those of us enlightened to the currents of magic feel it most. The wording of the edict. What was it?
It's a curse on the valley. Those disloyal to Kairos will slowly weaken and die. I have no read on this person. She's been so upfront with her motivations and really honest with us. So if we lied to her, I don't know how. Such details are for Kairos' various only.
So you will not say. I expected as much. Can it be worse than endless storms or fire pouring from the earth? Not that you'd answer that either.
Yeah, I mean, if it was blatantly dangerous for them alone, then maybe I would have shared. But the fact is, we are also at a disadvantage, and they can take advantage of the situation. I don't think a random encounter like this and a random question here would have such a huge impact on our campaign. So even if we gave that information up, it probably won't be, the change won't be that drastic. But still, I imagine down the line, it would be reflected somewhere.
I've another question for you, if you will entertain it.
Are we really standing here and chatting with Oathbreakers? It's hard to watch, like cuddling a goat you're going to kill for dinner.
Ask your question, Ab.
When I was young, my parents told me the Tears were special, and the Overlord's edicts and armies could never touch us. Seems I've been told a hefty sum of lies. So answer this honestly for me, please. Is it true that Tunon's Fatebinders can smell truth from falsehood?
We only have lie when we say yes. Lie, yes. Lie, that's true. Falsehood, unfortunate, is an especially rank smell to endure. The thing is, I feel like a stronger character now than a lawbreaker who wants to lie at everything and manipulate everyone. I've been thrust into this leadership position, and I feel like I had to take things more seriously. And I don't know if my lying game would take us far. I don't know what ramifications it would have if I keep lying. So I don't know. I think I'm going to shift my. I'll have to shift to be a sterner character in a sense. So I'll say no, that's not true.
Thanks for that. I could see why you'd want to foster the mystique all the same.
Oh my god, exactly.
The School of Tides would always tell commoners we didn't know how to summon drinkable water. Once they find out, you can't eat in peace.
We didn't know how to. School of Tides would always tell commoners we didn't know how to summon drinkable water. Once they find out, you can't eat in peace. That means the School of Tide had the ability to summon drinkable water, but they kept it a secret so that commoners won't pester them with requests. Is that what it is? Foster the mystique.
And Kairos' edicts. I have heard the sages speak at length that some of the edicts elsewhere in the world have been broken. How is this?
No, I know what it is. The thing is, the game's lore, the game's lore has explained that, like, not even game's lore. I think even in the opening cutscenes, they have explained that an edict can not expire, but it can be expelled with if the right conditions are met. So we just have to meet the condition. Is all. You have mistaken, an edict is forever. It will end if the Overlord wills it, however. A strong enough anti-magical force can end an edict. Not that such things are common. The thing is, like, if it was possible, I think Kairos would have created an edict that would never end. It's probably more likely that by nature, edict needs to have whatever magic this edict is. It needs to have a condition. Like, most of the curses and like spells we hear of, or like, yeah, I guess curses you hear of, have a secret breakable condition, right? Otherwise, there's no there's no intrigue if it can't be broken. But Kairos only knows the exact details. This is not true. I know, but I guess our character doesn't know.
Ah, so some edicts are forever. The rest are, as long as Kairos has in mind. Needless to say, Kairos' magic is unlike anything we've seen in any Archon.
Okay.
And one more mildly self-indulgent question, but I simply must know. Kairos, male or female?
Ebb loyalty 1. That's the only reason why she's asking us this. The overlord is mother and father. The question is irrelevant. Yeah, we don't know. I mean, I assumed Kairos was a man. But in this world, I think women are stronger than, or they have more leadership positions than men, maybe. Both are Archons are, I don't know what voices of narratives, but Gavin Ash is a man. Siren is a woman. There are a lot of commanders who are female. The Overlord is, no, I honestly do not know for certain.
Really? You don't know either? You work for the Overlord, but you don't know if she, or he, has an innie or an outie?
Maybe neither. Like, we don't. The nature would be something else, No, I don't know, but I have it on good authority that the Imperial harem is stocked with both. I think the Overlord just wants to keep people guessing. Seems to work quite well. Would you feel better or worse to know you lost your man or woman? Why does this matter? Yeah, why does this matter?
You speak true. It ultimately matters not. My apologies. The question now seems rather foolish. You must remember, Kairos was just a horror story from distant lands for much of our lives. We have many unanswered questions.
Yeah. That was like a friendly little conversation because of her loyalty. I mean, she prefaced it by saying it to
You'll
Seth.
forgive, I hope, the questions. The Overlord and his Archons used to be things of legend. Now they're everyday maladies, and I'm eager to separate the truth from the lies I've been told by House and Guild.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, she prefaced it by saying it was a self-indulgent question, so it's...
In accordance to our most ancient customs, let us depart in honorable accord. May peace find you, Fatebinder.
She was deeply pounding her staff on the ground twice before turning to leave. Okay, so we could have fought them immediately, I think. New message. Received a missive from Tunon. How do we receive it though? Tunon probably heard about this. Where's missives? Here. The will of Kairos. New missive. Oh, this is Tunon? Favor and wrath. Why is favor and wrath here? Sirius Brennan, word has reached his court that you have issued the Overlord's edict to the Archons of War and Secrets. Know that we understand fully the weight of this burden and appreciate the loyalty you show in its declaration. Provided you survive this span, your service will be duly recognized. As you navigate the idiosyncrasies and mutual antipathy of our Overlord's War Masters, remember that Kairos watches all with interest. Those who distinguish themselves, whether Fatebinder or Archon, have the opportunity to rise in Overlord's esteem. Even now, the Northern Court whispers that the most successful of the two Archons will be granted rule over the whole of the peninsula. Similarly, your fortunes rest upon the decisions you make. Choose wisely. Request clarification. Thank him for the advice. We can just thank him. Archon Tunon, allow me to express my deep appreciation for this opportunity. Few in the Empire have the honor of greeting with Archons, and fewer still of reading the empowered words of the Overlord. I endeavor always to emulate your exemplary foresight and judgment. I remain in all things your faithful servant. Fatebinder, Sirius Brennan. Sirius Brennan, word has reached... Oh, okay, this is a reply, that's fine. Send it. 24-hour response time. Go back. Wow. Okay. Go back and We can see what this is. Request clarification. Archon to known. Am I to understand that Edict of Execution applies equally to all within the Valley of the Vengeance Well, TS-men and servants of Kairos alike? Is the true Overlord truly willing to sacrifice both the Archons of War and the Archon of Secrets, their armies, the farmers and herdsmen of the region, and a Fatebinder of no small skill, for the sake of killing a handful of insurgents occupying a crumbling ruin? Is it not said that Overlord has no desire to rule over a wasteland? The last one is more manipulative than the first question. Go back. Express dissatisfaction. Allow me to express my deep appreciation. Oh, wait. Go back. Express dissatisfaction. Being sent into this. Oh, okay. It starts with. It's a sarcastic remark. Allow me to express my deep appreciation for being sent into this arid backwater for the sole purpose of applying the lash to a pair of bickering children. A lash that I am only too pleased to find turned upon myself. Your words of advice find a receptive reader in your most. Your words of advice find a receptive reader in your, in your most devoted servant, gracious as always for your infinite insight and profound respect for your vassals. In the likely case of my demise, please know that I go to the void without a hint of bitterness at at this treatment. This is so good though. It started off the same. I immediately thought I clicked on the wrong thing, but it's bookended with this like a very formal and courteous speak, but everything is very spiteful. Oh my god! All right. Thank you for the advice. Send it. Your missive in transmit. 1 day remaining. Correspondence course. Send your first missive. Cool. Missives. You have received a missive. Missives are short messages carried by birds between distant parts of Kairos Empire. Click on the missive icon or press V to open the missive interface and read your message. Okay. Cool. So there is favor and wrath for this message queue alone. For this email chain alone, there is favor and wrath. I don't know what this is. You need reputation change of minor strength to unlock, or is it for where is reputation? Here is reputation. Heb verse Barrick. This is companion. This is faction. Yeah, there is no tune on here. So this particular conversation has a favor and wrath. Very interesting system. I guess some some replies could only be sent if you have enough favor or wrath. And it'll be interesting to see what these skills are. Maybe this will be an ongoing conversation between us and Tunon throughout this campaign. That is such a neat idea. Yeah, it's a lot of interesting ideas here. All right, I think we can. I don't know what map this is. Wilderness. Okay.
Can't do that.
Oh, there's something here. Something here. Assure Bell. 50% hit deflection. 20 parry. 4 finesse. This is huge. It's free. It's just lying around. Removes a random hostile effect. When inhaled, pollen of the beast blood flowers remove harmful afflictions from the victim. The flower gained its name from the deep red color of its petals. Grown in the rolling farmlands of the Ashur, the petals of Ashur's bell raise a fighter's finesse and parry. Skilled alchemists know to gently bruise the petals of this flower to release their vital juices. Now that Kairos' Edict of Stone has shattered Ashur, it is unclear whether this flower will still grow. This consumable's effect increases in strength as its user gains in power. Okay. Nothing else in the wilderness. Oh, there's a sword here, but I don't think we can pick it up. Can we click here? No. 45 minutes. It's halfway through. Characters become wounded when they are knocked out. It's fine. Oh, we will finally get to explore Scarlet Chorus Camp. That was a huge distraction for us. Going back. Take another step. I'll pin you to the pin your foot to the dirt. That's it. Just a regular Scarlet Chorus fight outside their camp. Shiver Shank. Quiet Shiv. A rotting body bearing Scarlet Chorus war paint is skewered upon a wooden pike. Those are chorus grounds. State your business. These are chorus grounds. Okay, like it's their own people. Maybe someone will try to run away. I don't know what this is. It's impaled like straight up. Like he's standing straight, but it looks he's impaled. Oh dear. Bent bronze sword. We should have did something with the trainer. I was given the advice that it's best to pick as many or upgrade as many skills as we can from the trainers that we meet, because per level we have a maximum number of points that can be improved, and it's cheaper at lower levels, so it would be best if we use those. Quick save is F5. I'm not sure. Options. Controls. Quick save is F6 and quick load is F8. Wow. Okay. F6 and F8. What is F5? F5 is select everyone. F6 quick save. Alright. Let's talk to Quiet Shiv. It proves everything. The warrior slams her fist together in a resounding clap. Like, for instance, whether you're fit to lead that flock of children. Behind her, the members of her gang posted with weapons held at the ready. Shiva Shank. Did you not hear the news of the edict? This is a foolish distraction. We ought to be saving our fight for the enemy. The chorus warriors looked to his gang, giving them a quick nod. What's the problem here? No problem here, Lord Binder. She tosses her blade in the air, catching it with a smile on the way down. Captain Fuckwit here seems he's about to bark from this challenge. Thinks just because he used to run a ship, he's qualified to run a gang. She spits on the ground, looking up at the scowl. So I'm calling him out, because the way I see it, his warriors ought to follow me, not this new blood. Captain Fuckwit was my father. Fuckwit will do just fine. The warrior points at the opposite gang. If we have to prove our strength, we'll do so happily, but I'll have your hands and feet removed and the rest of you kept for my own use. This is foolish. Stop this at once. Excuse me? She widens her eyes in shock. This is our way, Fatebinder, and you have no right to stop us. We're not harming anyone outside the course. We can do this after 8 days, okay? Now just shut up and follow my orders. I don't know who you are, but I don't need your help. He looks back at his gang. I think we can handle ourselves just fine. Bickering amongst yourself causes the war effort as a whole. It does affect others outside the course. Yeah, exactly. Care to wager. Subterfuge. Cut Quiet Shift's throat. Then I'll end this quickly. Athletics. Beat Shivashank bloody. We have both of these. Allow me to join you and enjoy it. Okay. Bickering amongst yourselves causes the war effort as a whole. It does affect others outside the chorus. Wrath and favor. Okay. The gang leader spins a knife for a moment, as if her answer balances on its edge. Cheh, fine. With her answer, she flicks her knife to the ground and walks away. A spiteful glare cast in her direction. I wish this portrait was larger. I don't know why they made it. It's barely larger than this character model here. Why not just blow it up? Like, why don't you give me a large? This is again, they have not drawn this portrait, by the way. This is I'm pretty certain that this is just the character model shifted in like different poses. You know, they're just taking a snapshot of that 3D model and placing it here. And I can't see it properly. If it was larger, it would have been so nice. Hmm. Quite Shiv. We can talk to Shiva Shanks. We can, yeah, we can talk to both of them. Quick save. What did you expect? My thanks? Alright, alright.
Sorry, I can't.
He has such a scoff to his voice. He says, sorry, I can't. It's like he's so smug. The guard places her hands by her belt as you approach, gripping the hilt of the blade. Past this point is Chorus territory. You don't look like someone's conscript. You sure in the right place? Did you see me handle the fight there? Everyone knows I'm the Fatebinder. You don't know it yet? I'm Sirius Brennan, Fatebinder of Tunon. I'm here to help vanquish the Outbreakers. You know, I think I was told to expect somebody, but you seem too ugly to be him. Her lips crumble into a smirk. Why exactly should I let you in? And more importantly, what's this hulking ton of iron doing here? The guard gestures at Barrick with a sneer. He's an allied warrior and my guard. You don't want to make an issue of this. Hmm. I really want to use the glare silently, but at this point I've skipped it so many times. I don't know what the reaction would be. Wrath is Scarlet Chorus, loyalty with Barrick. Fine, just come on in. I'm sure the Fury will gut you if you are really a problem. The guard half-heartedly waves you in as she nods to verse. Guard watches you coldly. How does he drop anchor if he can't take his armor off? Drop anchor, I guess it means thoughts to yourself, chorus maggot. Yeah. I think it's talking about taking a dump. Varial Kell. Are they being tortured? Death Knell. Landry. Okay. I'll take a break and then I'll come back. Maybe I'll level up Barrick and I'll go through his spells and stuff. His abilities and talents and yeah. See you in a bit. Alright. I'm back after the break. So let's walk around the Scarlet Chorus camp. We also changed back our resolution. The previous setup became a bit difficult to handle, so I switched it back. Oh, there's an interact icon here. We can go interact. We can look at the people training and the people being tortured. Is that a pile of bodies here? No, this is probably their execution platform. Though they don't execute them by beheading, they like impale them and stuff. So I don't know what this platform is used for. Are they practicing archery? Why are they so close? They should be far away, right? Right, let's go talk. Let's see what they're trying to do. They do go back. They were collecting the arrows, probably. It's still way too close, I think. Scarlet Fury. Watch yourself, Fatebinder. Watch yourself. Death Knell. Okay, let's talk to Death Knell. You, as much an accusation as a question. Oh, okay. You? The broad-shouldered woman shakes her head with a scowl. So you are Tunon's Fatebinder. I was expecting something more impressive. She boasts in spite of her misgivings. Death Knell, Scarlet Fury. My time is yours for as long as it amuses me. The fighter effortlessly spins a bronze sword about in her hand. Let's get one thing clear. Stick to your swords and law. Leave the fighting to the grown adults. Your corpse would just be a tripping hazard to those of us having a proper bit of carnage sport. We got enough useless twats dying for our name as it is. All Horde recruits seems good. All our horde recruits seems good for of late is piling in a shit-reeking mound on the battlefield. She hums low to herself and flips her sword side to side with several deft flicks of her wrist. Keep up and we'll have to toughen our recruitment standards again. Now, what do you need? Horde thinning? What were you expecting? Insult me again, I'll bury that blade in your belly before you can scream. What can you tell me of Scarlet Chorus? What is your role in Scarlet Chorus? How has the military life treated you so far? Okay. I will do this at the end, okay? Let's see if she's this snazzy after we make this response. First, let's ask like all the diplomatic questions. Let's act like we are a chill guy, and in the end, we'll threaten her. And if she fights, we're gonna kill her right here, okay? How has the military life treated you so far? Oh, it's a wonder of wonders. I eat what I want, shit where I want, and I kill who I want. Sometimes I even combine pleasures. She winks at you. I'll combine some pleasures for you later, okay? We'll see. My enthusiasm for the work brought me here. A decorated Scarlet Fury veteran, but I'm looking for advancement. If it means killing one of the gang bosses, I'm not about taking a swing at someone bigger than me. They can be bigger than you. Just make sure they don't hit harder than you. Wise words, sister. Is everyone female in Scarlet Fury? I don't know. Is every Scarlet Fury a female fighter? Scarlet Chorus. What can you tell me of the Scarlet Chorus? We are the voices of Nerad's glory made manifest. In the chorus, strength rises and the weak feed the soil. Deathnell smiles, standing tall as she extols the army. Our ways terrify the cowardly and shock the naive, but our traditions exist to offer promise and prestige to those who fit to claim it. We abandon all petty rules for one simple law: the strongest must lead. What is your role in the Skull Chorus? Deathnell frowns, her eyes narrowing. Do you not recognize a Scarlet Fury when you see one? We are the warrior spirit of the chorus, scholars of sword and shield. She folds her arms, puffing out her chest. In peace, we train those tough enough to endure our lessons, but wise enough to learn from the best. In battle, it's our duty to slay our foes and inspire the horde with our skill and bravery. Deathnell clicks her tongue, looking aside to the others in camp with an eye roll. We are fearless vanguard of this confused but glorious rabble. You said something about the horde thinning. Swelling until it's thundering, then crashing and receding. It's been the way of the chorus for as long as I've been in it. She offers a one-shouldered shrug, ambivalent if anything, but more likely just uncaring. We take our prisoners alive. We give them a chance yet to live, to be reborn into something better. Putting any and every able body to the sword like Disfavored do is nothing but a waste. A conquered enemy is but a new ally. It merely requires a proper coercion. Of course, we do sometimes have the problem of lingering loyalties. Deserters are rarely successful in their escape, but they do try. The Vendian Guard, strengthened by their numerous blood ties, have been particularly stubborn. So I have a better plan hatched. Okay. What might that be? I'm thinking we redouble our efforts to recruit settlers, focusing on the unaligned and unsuspecting, instead of flushing ourselves to the gill with oathbreakers claimed from the battlefield. Okay. So recruit new people. How exactly do you plan on convincing them? A knife point has sufficed well enough in the past, but you have inspired me to try a more diplomatic approach this day. What do you say, Binder? You might be able to ease them into the idea, and save the lives of their friends and neighbors in the process. If it means expediting the end to this meandering conflict, so be it. Remote settlement is now unlocked on the world map. The Fury howls a satisfied laugh and smacks you dead on the back. My methods are surefire, you'll see. I'll mark the settlement on your map. She grins, biting her bottom lip bloodied. I can't wait to see the outcome of your efforts. What were you expecting? Let's see. Deathnell counts on her fingers, conducting some mental tally. From your deeds during the conquest to how you have helped us since then. She shrugs. Suppose I didn't expect much. You have done nothing to challenge it. Okay, I guess that will depend on what decisions we made in the conquest, and nothing remarkable comes to her mind. We did some things for Disfavored, I guess. Gave them the Lethian's crossing. They keep mentioning that, but I don't know if we did anything for Scarlet Chorus. We did join them for that initial fight. By Scarlet Chorus standards, you are no more ordinary than a conscript. Work a little harder on setting yourself apart. Maybe someday you'll live up to your name. Yeah, this is a nice like we can follow this up with this insert, like this aggressive remark. Let's see what the game does. Gain loyalty with verse, gain favor with Scarlet Chorus. She feels a surprise, but please laugh at your threat. Tapping the flat blade against the thigh. She cans her neck and it audibly cracks. Maybe there's something more to a few fate benders after all. Okay, she's cool. She's cool. Farewell. Way of the Horde. These arrows are splintered. They're fletchling mottled. They were likely pulled from corpses. What is he doing? Oh, there's a pig running around. Salvaros. Horde. Oh, these are injured horde or are they sleeping? I think they're injured. Maybe. Sorry. Varia Kell. The fifth eye must authorize all prisoner visits. I see. So these are prisoners. Okay. We'll have to talk to fifth eye first. Salvaros. So this is a disfavored camp. This is a disfavored guy. Curious? What do you discover? Something hidden here. Okay. This barrel is full of murky red water, severed limbs bob under the greasy soup skin. The battle plans are scribbled over a bloodstained map of the tears. Arrows point towards the inner ring of Vendrian's Well Valley, and small circles are drawn around the citadel. Oh, look at this creature. It looks more like a wolf than a dog. This dog looks up at you and whimpers. Most of these professions are withered with rot. Subterfuge. Camping supplies, lesser healing potion, waking death, dire remedy. We have to look at these consumables. Like later in the fights to come, I think we'll get familiar with them soon enough once the fights get tougher. Rot spear. Enraged affliction for 120 seconds. What is an enraged affliction? Oh, enraged is a type of affliction. Recovery is reduced by 25%. Health increased by 15%. Will reduced by 15%. Might. Oh, we have more might, but our recovery... Okay, our will is less, but recovery and health is more. And plus 4 might. When crushed between the teeth, Rot Spear seeds increase a soldier's might at the cost of inspiring frenzied rage. These seeds are gathered from jungles in the east of Kairos' empire and carried by the Overlord's armies throughout the empire. Though incredibly useful in battle, continued use of these seeds result in impotence. This worrying side effect is the source of the plant's name, Rot Spear. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Let's take it. Okay, let's talk to Salvaros. Hail, Fatebinder of Tunon. The disfavored officer pounds a heavy gauntlet against his chest in a stiff but warm greeting. Were I a betting or superstitious man, I would say fortune must favor me today. I am not. I'm not. Okay. But I'm pleased to meet you all the same. Now, what brings you to my little slice of personal damnation, otherwise known as... He spreads his thickly gloved hands wide. This here mud and shit stinking chorus camp. Have anything you'd like to report, soldier? Maybe you noticed something unusual during your time here? Why you're stationed at the chorus? You act like it's a punishment to be assigned to this detail. Okay. Lives are at risk, and even then you can't get along with the chorus? Okay. Have anything you'd like to report, soldier? Maybe you noticed something unusual during your time here? He cans his head to one side, taken aback. What about the chorus isn't unusual? The army itself is a strange, malnourished beast. But no, the screamers seem mostly in order, sir. And I haven't been spying if that's what you're implying, sir. Still, as a post, he studies you sharply, scarcely appearing to breathe. Still, as a post, he studies you sharply. Okay. Sorry to mess up the reading so much. Course, even if I was, it'd be damn near impossible to learn anything from this shit style. Fifth Eye and those damn Furies don't even loop me in enough for me to do my detail. And it's not for my lack of trying on my part. What do you mean? Lost favor, gain favor. Okay. I'm just here to keep a steady eye on the Oathbreakers, who they give far too much freedom after conscripting. I'm here to be a resource for the benefit of both armies. I can provide insight regarding proper stratagem and request a stock of troops from Iron Marshal Eranos for reinforcements if needed. But they won't listen to me, nor confide in me, nor fight beside the brethren I could request. They're being difficult. Even asking that question beside verse makes us unfavorable to the chorus. Why are you stationed at the chorus? From the way most of my days go, you'd think I was here to row with the Bloodchanters and Scarlet Furies. But my post is to represent the Disfavored's interest before Fifth Eye and Scarlet Chorus. For Iron Marshal Eranos. Not that I've gotten into either in so much as the last span. Gotten to do either in so much as the last span. I need to put my specs on. Give me a second. Okay, what do you think of the Scarlet Chorus? Have they been cooperative? No, you sound frustrated. I am. He tips his helm back enough to spit at the ground. You try having to fistfuck every Fury who wants to talk to you, and that's after I tried to talk them down. It's a Kairos damned mess. Stationed. Have they been cooperative? No one tells me anything. They all lack honor and discipline. Don't think they could cooperate even if it's what they actually wanted. Guess I shouldn't be surprised, considering they serve the Archon of Secrets. A keen observation. Okay, I'm glad we see eye to eye, sir. It's nice speaking to someone who doesn't try to frustrate the piss out of you every 4 words. That's true. That's how usually the chorus members talk. It's like they don't even care. I'm the closest thing to a friend in the Disfavored they've got. Farewell. Alright, so that's the small Disfavored camp. This is their prison.
Can't do that.
Broken staff. We can take it, sell it, and go to a trainer later. These spears are brittle and rusted. Oh, we can rest here. We had a similar situation in the Disfavored camp. Fifth Eye, Snigler, Dagos. Okay. These threadbare tents show signs of hard use and long-term exposure to the elements. They are patched up, torn. Even their main tent is torn up. The stench of piss and fecal matter emanate from this tent. One clearly not used for rest. Oh god. Okay. So this is their
Can't do that.
temporarily toilets, I guess. It's a new portion. Small bottle. Thick red ink inside this bottle is used by blood chanters to tattoo sigils on their bodies. This ink doesn't have much practical use and can be sold to a merchant. Okay, it's not a potion. Quite Shiv. She has retreated back here, to the very edge of the map.
Got it. Can't do that.
Talk to Shiv again. Piss off.
Can't do that.
Okay, let's talk to Riss and Rag and Biss. Well, look who we have here, chewing on some manner of cud. A heavy-set soldier flings spittle and crumbs as she talks. Spittle and crumbs as she talks. The Fatebinder finally shows himself. As one of Tunon's Fatebinders, you are a traveling deputy of law, authorized to be judge, jury, and executioner in Tunon's absence. Your authority over civilians and soldiers alike, though Tunon may freely destroy you should you misuse your power. Chorus and Disfavored soldiers are required to abide by your judgment, a fact that often offends those who feel they should only have to answer to the rules put forth by their Archon. I am Rug, the second soldier chimes in, and this is Bass. We were wondering when you might pay the camp a visit. The fifth eye has been a little starved for attention. He ordered us to watch you like a troublesome babe. Make sure you don't get out of line. Bass knits her fingers together, joints crackling as she smiles. Reg clears his throat loudly, scowling at Bass. Something like that? Something like that. If you have questions, ask us. Good luck finding anyone else in the camp who will give you answers or even a smile. So, anything we can do for you? What do you know about Vendian's Well? The walls might seem imposing, but Vendian's Guard do a better job of hiding its weaknesses than fixing them. We took the citadel once before, we can take it again. We have to, don't we? The Reg looks up at the imposing tower of the spire. Though Kairos knows I don't want to stay any longer than necessary. She follows his gaze and shakes her head. You should know better than to parade your cowardice before the Fatebinder. It's not cowardice, it's just superstition. What? That's probably worse. Are you afraid of the spire? Sorry, Fatebinder. I shouldn't have mentioned anything. He sighs. The fact of the matter is, we were told to stay away from the spires and old walls ever since we were babes. Of all the dumb childhood lessons that fell by the wayside, that one stayed the same. Imagine a soldier of the chorus pissing himself over architecture. More like what's underneath it, Reg frowns. The Bane lurks around those old sites and kill anything they can watch unawares. I have no wish to meet the Bane in combat unless there are 100 blood chanters. There are 100 blood chanters at my back. So this Bane thing, they don't even give us a lore description of it yet. They're obviously holding it back. We'll discover it later, I think. What can you tell me about the fifth eye? Reg trades an uncomfortable glance at Bass and lowers voice to a whisper. They say he shares a direct link with the voice of Naraj. Guard your tongue around him. He's a little wild, bloodthirsty, mad. Bass thinks for a moment. Brilliant? Reg flinches and glances over his shoulder. I was going to say eccentric. The cause isn't picky about who joins the rank, so you can expect to find some unusual types. Most are likely to kill you as promote you. Likely to kill you as promote you. Okay, alright. Tell me about your time in the Scarlet Chorus. Reg and I were conscripted at the gates of judgment. He used to fight for Okon, me for Ashur. Bass chuckles, sketching her chin in thought. How many fights we survived so far? 11. Reg begins to count. Sorry. 11. Reg begins to count in series across his fingers. No, 14. I count each day in Sunder separately. Oh, okay. That's one engagement, but he made couple of different fights there. The chorus is... Bass looks about the camp and shrugs. Not as bad as it smells. The strong like me and Reg, we are allowed to take what we want, what we deserve. We live only as well as our strength affords us, as it should be. Tell me about yourself, Rag. He scratches at the back of his head at a loss for words. I had a family, a farm. Then the chorus came, and well, now I have the chorus. Priorities change when you hear screams in the night and feel a blade pressed to your neck. Things like farms or families don't seem as important. I used to have nightmares thinking about the culling. Felt awful remembering how I hacked my mom and dad to bits just so I could survive. Oh god, right. When Scarlet Chorus conscript a village, they hold a ceremony known as the culling. Every able-bodied man, woman, and child is given a weapon and forced to fight their family and friends to death. Those who survive are deemed strong enough and free from all ties to join the army of voices of Nerat. It's a pretty different world they lived in. To yeah, the the standards of living and expected like what's the word? Like normalized like social expectations were quite different. So this is what they this is their world. Reg's eyes shadowed for a moment with sorrow, take on a feverish gleam. The fifth eye heard me howling one night, pulled me out of the horde, and took an interest in me. Now I am studying magic, calling fire from nothing. If my ma and dad could see me, they'd be so proud. Tell me about yourself, boss. I was a sellsword at the beck and call of fat merchants. Just another dented face in the crowd. After too many years of spilling blood in local skirmishes, I realized that I was only killing time. Then Kairos showed me a better way. Unity, purpose. Now I fight for something, not just someone. Been watching the Skull Furies practicing my blade work. Not good enough to join a match, but I bet I could show you a thing or two. Okay. Okay, so these two can, same as in Disfavored Camp, these two can train us. Let's quick save and get some training done. Bass and Rek trade conversations in hectic whispers. Do you feel strange? Yeah, Rek rubs his shoulders nervously. Ever since the Fatebinder spoke Kairos' edict, I felt like bugs were crawling under my skin. They noticed you approached with mixed expressions. Oh, didn't see you there, Fatebinder. So, anything I can do for you? Okay. Let's dance Binder. Boss dual wheel unarmed. Oh, great. She can teach us unarmed. And I think this is one bronze ring is 100 copper. I hope it is. We'll see now. So this is okay. Now this is 0 now. It has to go down to 14 and we have to have something below 100 here. Yeah, same. Let's put the rust in boss. Alright, cool. So now for verse, let's dual wheel. Let's go with dual wheel for verse. Cool. We should go for one-handed or two-handed for Barrick. So let's see if he can teach us. Rag can teach us the same. Fatebinder, welcome. I hope you find. Okay. We'll make this valuable. Probably magic-related stuff. Yeah. Oh, he can. We gotta learn more subterfuge, but it's fine. We'll do it next level. Magic staff, subterfuge. I don't think he has much subterfuge. We'll have to keep an eye out for a different trainer for him. Oh, I have to take a moment and level him up. Current level 2. Yeah, give me a second. Let me level up this character. Okay, I was leveling up Barrick and I noticed that Ebb is considered a companion, so maybe we can recruit her later. Allegedly, the last member of the schools of Tide, a mage guild specializing in magic of the moon and seas, a seasoned traveler, an arcane scholar prior to the war, Ebb has devoted her days to fighting Kairos' occupation of the TS. Terratus' Embrace. Ability details available when Ebb is active in the party. Ebb was appalled by your demanding and domineering ways. Capable, honest answers are usually appreciative. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's continue to the fifth eye for now.
Of course.
No, not you, Barrick. Everyone. Snigler. What is his name? Snigler Dagos. Upon noticing your approach, the merchant straightens his posture and smiles. What an honor! The name Snigler Dagos, originally from the relative tranquility of the Northern Empire, has since accepted a nomadic life for the sake of keeping Kairos' forces supplied with only the finest goods, local and imported. Okay. He winces a little. It's not much, but let me know if you see anything that piques your interest. Do we sell something now? Broken bronze sword. Phalanx. Bend bronze dagger. Merchant tunic. A bunch of stuff we can sell. Frayed purple cloth. We have these bottles we can sell. Broken helmet. I think this is just a gem of some sort. Does not have a description, so I think we can just trade it straight. Light bronze ridge. Grain. +1 vitality for 600 seconds. Gates. Vitality determines a character's physical health and their strength of personality. It also increases the will defense. Vendian guard. Vendian guard. Head wrap. Okay, let's trade. Right. Okay, now we can talk to fifth eye. Oh, before that, let's interact to this thing here. Scroll. Read scroll. 32 lore. The scroll sits here, glowing with mystical energy. Requirement not met. He scrolls. Okay. Does anyone else have better lore? 20, 18. We have the best lore among our companions. Maybe Ebb would have better lore once she joins our party, or once she can join our party. The binder of Tunon arrives, squealing with teenagers' timber. The fifth eye voices make your gum itch and your fingernails feel in need of a trim. And we just finished having a bit of sport with some captives. But why not? We'll have more fun with another batch momentarily. Dressed in the bronze and red regalia of crimson spears, the fifth eye beckons you to stand close, wagging a blood-spattered glove. Now that you've issued the edict and doomed us all to die, have you come to help us climb out of this hole? Chirps of laughter emanate from under his mask. I trust you're getting your warriors ready for battle. No, not here to follow your every order, but we all need to work together to stop this edict. Okay, how has the camp responded to the edict? With mewling, bowling, the occasional orgy, frequent vomitus, shrill tittering laughter escapes from under his mask. The bloodlust is there, but so is the fear of failure. Should our glorious horde fail to overrun the citadel, we'll surely all perish. I mean, I don't see the Disfavored pulling their weight. Second option. But of course, your Tunon's concubine, not mine. I envy your long leash and hope you will grace us with your prowess, if only to set an example for the rabble. Is he bowing? I think he's making a mocking bow. We know the Oathbreakers are focused in the citadel beneath the mountain spire. We have learned this We have learned this is not their only nest. The fifth eye wags a hand in the air with a high-pitched squeal of displeasure. Given their pattern of attack, they must have a second group maintaining camp here in the outer valley. Unless we deal with the second group, they'll attack us. They'll attack from behind the moment we cross the river. Okay. You have how large a force? You have how large a force, and for all these weeks you let the enemy move freely through the valley? The discovered thing you can't control your horde, and that many are deflecting back to Vendian Guard. Yeah, let's ask the second first. I want to ask the third one too. I am hurt. Insult my manners or maturity, but do not insinuate that I sit idle when there's blood to be shed. The Crimson Spear clasps his fists together. We have dealt with countless Oathbreakers, but one group still remain at large despite our best efforts. Captain Pelox's crew consistently evades or kills our own gangs. Pelox. Tychus Pelox? Tychus, damn, I forget the names already. The other guy who joined you guys, what happened to him? I guess we can discuss it with the Nerat once you're inside. The discovered think you can't control your horde, and that many are defecting back to the Vendian Guard. Wrong, and perhaps he gestures with his spear in an arc towards a sprawling camp. It is no mean feat to wrong, and perhaps it is no mean feat to hurt this many desperate lives. For every 202 hands of humanity, there is at least one finger that snaps from the stress of our ways. If you have been lost on the margins, I won't deny that. But if you store grain, expect some rat feces. If you lead killers, expect some desertion. So you need help taking out these Oathbreakers? And while a good old-fashioned slaughter would be an efficient solution, the smarter answer is not to kill them, but to add their strength to ours. My last group of scouts returned with a new batch of prisoners, and one of these prisoners claims she can lead us to the Vendian Guard secondary camp, though there are shreds of deception in her voice. I could use your help questioning this Varia Kell. Perhaps you'll get less screams and tears and more useful information out of her. If we knew where to ambush the Oathbreakers, we could try and take the captain and show him the wisdom of joining the chorus. We saw what's her name? Varia Kell. I think this is her. Why not just ask the Archon secrets? I thought he could interrogate anything. I don't belong to Archon Nerat. What's my help worth? A few more conscripts going to change anything at this point? Seems wiser to just kill them. I don't know how he's going to respond to this. Because he has a direct line with Archon. It's basically like maybe talking to Archon. You gain wrath. Okay. An unintelligible mutter escapes from under the fifth eye's mask as his post his defense. I do not tell Nerat what to do, nor do I question his motives. The Archon is busy plotting the efficient destruction of these Oathbreakers, and it is not to be disturbed. I have known Archon to demand personal interrogations, but it's only ever been with the leaders, mages, or others of great merit. I often imagine the interrogation process is not to be taken lightly. Perhaps it's downright exhausting for Nerat. Perhaps. I don't belong to Archon Nerat. What's my help worth? You wound me, Fatebinder. The fifth eye places his hand on his chest, feigning the start of a swoon. I thought the joy of working for the illustrious Archon secrets would be reward enough. But you need to be missing half of your head to think an expert works for free. Tell me, what will make this worth your while? Faithful service is reward enough, so long as my efforts are recognized. An honest wage. I just want you people to get your shit together. Is that possible? An honest wage from this guy as a Fatebinder. That sounds very cheap, but maybe the money is worth it. We'll see how he responds. The party has gained 1,000 rings. What rings? Copper rings? Being a dishonest wage would be unbecoming of Tunon's law dogs, no? Because a dishonest wage would be unbecoming of Tunon's law dogs, no? Okay, because. The fifth eye chuckles, his left hand sliding up his right sleeve. He draws forth a small ring purse and drops it in your hand. The chorus is honors to have purchased your aid. I'll speak with the prisoner. Yeah. I'll meet you there. She's waiting by the other prisoners. Now he moves here. Okay, alright. We can check how much we have. Oh, maybe it's a coin stash we got. A purse. What did we get? Come on. We got something, but it's not reflected here. Or is it reflected here? Maybe we got 10. We got 10. What's it called? Bronze rings. Since it was 1,000. I was looking at this number and it didn't change, and that makes sense. I don't remember what the number of silver rings were. Bronze hammer and blood chant sandals. We can take these. Oh, we can't talk to Archon. Archon is... We can only coordinate with... Let the fair... Okay, very well, fifth eye. Oh, alright, cool. Yeah, we can only have conversations with the fifth eye. I thought we'll be able to talk to... But obviously in the Disfavored Camp also, we only had like one line of non-interactable like dialogue with Graven Ash after our first conversation. Vendian got prisoner. Let's deal with Varia before we let that sage speak. What about Landry? Okay, Varia. Variacle, please, someone. I wish to bow before the voice of Nerat. I thought all could find redemption in the chorus. A woman in the makeshift armor of Vendian guard lurches forward in agony, her soiled, trembling legs. Oh, device bad. I have to plug in my. Give me a second. I didn't really know Steam had such a notification. Apparently it does. Please, someone, I wish to bow. Okay, her soiled, trembling legs suggest she has been forced to stand for days. This one, he flippantly waves at the prisoner, was hollering earlier that she knows the location of the Vendian guard encampment. But she isn't being entirely honest. Okay. I told this thing, the prisoner turns pale a moment before a look of determination comes over her face, that I wanted a guarantee I'd leave and be welcomed in the chorus as a captain. Then I'll talk. Otherwise, they'll just kill me once I've opened up. I was dumb enough to join the Vendian guard, but I'm not dumb enough to give away my bargaining bronze. You claim you disavow your people for the Scarlet Chorus. Why the change of heart? Because I want to leave, and you don't need to be the Archon of Premonitions to know that younger realms are gone for good. She blinks several times, catching her breath. Kairos is the new strength of the tears, and I would rather stand with his Archons than be crushed by them. Why should I trust the words of an Oathbreaker? I suppose I have no answer for that. Various eyes fall to the ground and she swallows nervously. When I joined with Vendian Guard, I accepted their broken woe onto myself. Have you not felt passion for a foolish cause? Once you later came to regret? Well, my surrender is sincere. I am willing to bow before voice of Nara to prove it. Tell me what you know and I can see to your release. I heard the chorus is looking for Captain Pelox Foreign and his crew. I can lead you to them, but only if you release me. She turns her head, taking a long look at the skewered and smoldering corpses around her. She tugs at the restraints, but to no avail. Athletics, raise your voice, start talking now. Subterfuge, you're lying. Why don't you tell me what you actually know and I'll see about saving you. Let's use subterfuge first. 9 subterfuge skill. Well, you see, shaken by your demand, her lips move wordlessly for several seconds. So I don't know exactly where the rest of my crew is, but I can tell you. She shakes her head, catching her breath. Search that one. She reaches up her right leg and points with the foot, calling attention to a nearby pile of corpses. The tall, dark one missing most of his face. Check his left boot. He was a literate one in our crew. He had the orders. With a snap of his fingers, a pair of coilmen yank the boot of the fallen guardsman. A rolled parchment slides out of the boot and is thrust in the fifth eye's hands. He unfurls a scroll to give it a read. It's nonsense, just a mash of words. Laughter erupts from under the mask. She said she had information. She gives us garbage. Slay this wretch for wasting your time. He snaps his fingers at nearby Scarlet Fury, who promptly snatches a long knife from her belt. I heard her say she'd swear fealty to the voices of Narat. Remain silent. Oh, if we remain silent, she'll get killed. The thing is, we should have an option to investigate or check that, not ourselves, instead of just doing these two. We can either immediately initiate her or we can remain silent and let them kill her. Why don't we have an option to observe it, investigate that reading more, that parchment? You gain wrath with Scarlet Chorus. Seeing as you are an expert on the subject of fate, I will entertain your wisdom on the matter. What then would you propose we do with her? Point to two other prisoners. Let's test her loyalty. Varia, kill these guardsmen with something blunt. Okay. Send her back as our agent. When the time comes, she will aid us, or we'll track down her kin. Work her until she's broken and feed her to the pigs. Okay. This is probably the Scarlet Chorus way. Okay, so unfortunately, we lost a bunch of recording, maybe about like 20 to 30 minutes worth of it. Basically, we after Varian Kell was let go, I can give you an update. I don't know how far in the previous record. Oh god, come on. So I'm paused. Okay, alright, it's fine. Yes. So after Varian Kell was let go, we said that she can go back to Scarlet Chorus camp. No, she can go back to Vendrian's well or Vendrian's guard as our spy. Okay. She pointed to one of the dead bodies and suggested that there's some information within the boots, and we got a script or a parchment from within his boots, but we couldn't read it, and we had to choose then and there if we should allow Varia to allow Scarlet Chorus to kill Varia, or if we can do something else with her. We chose to send her back to Vendrian's guard so that later we can use her as an asset. Okay, that's what we chose. But after she left, the prisoner beside her called Landry started talking and said that he can translate the reading. He was a pretty chill fellow. Yeah, it was some nice bit of conversation. We missed all that because the recording crashed. Yeah, and after that, we fought for his like we tried to enforce our authority as a fate binder to relieve him from the imprisonment, but Scarlet Chorus was not buying it. It said that it is their camp and they have their own ways, and this guy was not, what is his name, Fifth Eye. Yeah, Fifth Eye was not letting him off that easily. He had to go through a trial, and Landry wanted us to represent him, but instead of doing all of that, I think I tried to intimidate Fifth Eye using our athletics, which was success, and he backed off, and ultimately we did have to fight. Okay, we had our four party members, Barrick, us, what's her name, Verse, and Landry. Landry is like a sage. He uses his quill to fight. And then from Scarlet Chorus, they had a couple of members come in. See, these are the dead members. These are the people we killed. So there are 4 Scarlet Chorus members and 4 of our party. And it was a pretty interesting fight. It was over in like a couple of like maybe like 10-15 seconds of in-game time, but I did like have to manage a couple of things, and like Barrick has an interesting spell where he can taunt people around him and pull people towards him. Landry has a couple of buffs and debuffs, which are nice. We had unlocked a couple of very interesting combo spells with Verse, so I got to use that. She would like jump up in the air and strike someone with a burning arrow. Yeah, it was really cool. I'm sad that we missed that fight because our recording got screwed up. But yeah, that's over now. And I think our main progress in the Scarlet Chorus camp is done. maybe there are side quests we can. We'll have to return back here to report to people, I guess. But right now we are going to a place that Landry mentioned. So after he was freed, he said that he needed a couple of more hours to read through the parchment. It was different, like language or like slightly different version, and he'll need some time. And most of it was weathered, but the parchment was weathered, but he could still make out the location of one of the leaders. I forget their name, the Pelosk something. So we have a new map location added, and he suggested that we should go there immediately. And I think that's what we're gonna do now or in the next episode. So we'll have a party. We'll reach there and try to negotiate with the Pelo. Let's just look at his name. Taking the outer valley. Yeah, Tripnital Wilderness. And assess the situation. So there is a character here. Way of the Horde. No, it doesn't say his name. Yeah, there was supposed to be an Oathbreaker leader there, who's on our side of the river, right? So they might close in behind us if we don't take them out after we done the crossing. So we have to take them out before we do the crossing, so they don't close in behind. So that's what we're gonna do. If Scarlet Chorus approach them, they'll immediately fight. But if we approach, we have an option to maybe diplomatically talk to them instead of just immediately fighting them. So that is one main thing we can pursue now. Okay, Battle of Echo Fall Crossing and Tripnital Wilderness. So we might try this or this. Either of them are fine, but depending on where the locations are, we'll probably take a more efficient route and go to the one closest, then lead on from there. But yeah, I think we are done with the Scarlet Chorus camp for now, and we'll pick it up from here in the next episode.